Hello, I'm Jose, and this is the Cinematic Dogma podcast. Today I have my tether friend Blake joining
Well
me.
done.
Of course, of course. And talking about tethering, what did we watch this week?
This was your pick, and I was surprised because I thought we had recorded about this before, but we hadn't. So we watched the 2019 Jordan Peele film, U.S.
I love how you have said it because I still remember. We will talk about this later, but I remember like the first time that we talk about these movies. Like, yes, you think that you're pretty smart, but yeah, it was as it's true that we never recorded about it, and that's the reason what I wanted. It has always been in the back of my mind of hey, we should record about this. We recorded about Get Out. We recorded about Nope, and we have
Just
never
not us.
discussed this one. Yeah, so we had to talk about us. Okay.
Let's talk about us, Jose.
Yeah. No other reason. Honestly, I think that it was on Netflix, and from time to time, it recommends it to me. Like, hey, you should watch this. I think that you will love it. And the other day, we watched a horror film. We watched like unrelated to this one, and at the end, it was recommending us that it's like, oh, if you like this, is that you will like this other. And it's like, oh yeah, us. We need to record about it.
So this was the second time you've seen this?
I think so. Yeah, this was the second time. The first one was on the cinema, and since then it has been like, oh, I should rewatch it. I need to confirm if I like it as much as I think that I like it. So,
So,
sorry, go ahead.
no. I was just thinking this is also the second time I've seen it. I saw it when it was in theaters in 2019, and then again in 2025.
Nice. As this was my pick, do you want to summarize it?
Do I do I want to summarize it? Yes. So the film, it's a psychological horror, and it jumps around a little bit in time, basically to the mid '80s to current day. But we meet a young family, and I am going to be so horrible with these names. But there's a mother and a father, and they have two kids. And to get away from their lives, they go on a vacation to Santa Cruz with Elizabeth Moss from Scientology, and
I mean, they don't go to them. They don't go with them. It looks like this their summer house where they go maybe once a year. But this is the
oh, I
first
see.
time that
So
they go
they're
since the
just friends there.
grandmother
Got it.
died. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And they have the older ones also have a house there.
So they're on this vacation in Santa Cruz, and the mother, her name is Adelaide. She's acting a little bit weird, kind of like paranoid, and she reveals to her husband that when she was a child in Santa Cruz, she met her doppelganger, somebody who looks exactly like her, and she doesn't explain why, but she's like, look, something bad is going to happen, and I think my doppelganger is still out there and wants to hurt me. The husband, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name.
Winston Duke.
Winston?
Duke, the actor.
Winston
The
Duke.
actor is
Oh,
Winston
okay.
Duke, and he is fine.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's trying to be supportive, but it's obviously a very strange thing. She's never mentioned it once in their life. And
Yeah, and they have two kids. So they have been together for a while.
yeah, so they're in their vacation home, and their power goes out, and all of a sudden a family appears in their driveway, and the family is obviously menacing, and the family ultimately invades the home, and we find out that this family of four is the perfect mirror image of their own family with some terrorific
Yeah.
kind of additions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say it's like a distorted like copy of them, like looking through a mirror house.
So we didn't discuss how far we wanted to go into. Do we want to do full spoilers, or essentially then it becomes each doppelganger versus the normal family member, and it gets to be kind of
Yeah,
horror action.
yeah, a bit more action. And the only thing that I would say too is that basically everyone has a copy, and they are like coming out from there. So we see like people like being attacked by their doppelgangers.
That's a spoiler alert, man. That's like the last 20 minutes, no?
I don't think. Well, I don't think there is that much spoiler. I mean, just think that they don't find the other family until 40 minutes into the movie or so. So,
Yeah, so
and then things speed up a bit afterwards.
yeah. So ultimately, it's revealed who these doppelgangers are, where they came from, why they're showing up now. And there's a lot of message. This is a message film.
They're metaphors in here, if you want to take them or not.
Yeah, so actually, when you introduced me as your tethered friend, we discovered that everyone is tethered to, themselves and somebody that's almost exactly like them.
Yeah, yeah, like this distorted copy. And yeah, and the movie opens with a mention that there are like a lot of tunnels under the United States. That many of them is that they don't serve any particular purpose, but they were even man-made.
Yeah, that creeped me out. That was a very effective way to start the film.
Yeah. I think that we can stop there. We may go into a bit more detail later, but I think that that's like enough as a summary without giving everything away.
All right, Jose. So, did you like the U.S.?
If I like us, the first time that I watched it, I realized that is a well. My take was like I liked it, but I felt like it was less effective on being a metaphor about the American reality than Get Out. Get Out is super straightforward. It's that hey, it's about cultural appropriation, and we're doing a very literal appropriation. You know, in this one, I always felt like hey, visually, I find it really really good. I love Lupita Nyong'o acting. I think that is super effective in both characters as the tether and the original. I think this is really good. Um, but I think that when it comes to the purpose of the message, I think that it falls a bit flat. It just makes me think about like, oh, so is this about like a critique of the jail system? Is it about control?
Did you come
Is it about
to an answer?
manipulation? No, the first time that I watched it, it was like, okay, maybe I need to watch it again this time. I just felt it like, I think that this is a potpourri of things, but it doesn't really click. Is that we were talking like not too long ago about Sinners, and it's like Sinners. We also say it's like, hey, it's a potpourri of different things, different like how do you say? I don't know, like subtext about something that it happens in reality, that it may be about appropriation or other things and racism in general. This one, I think that it didn't like click. It's like that potpourri didn't turn into this more than the sum of its parts. And at the end, it's like for me, it falls apart.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a lot of metaphors, and on one hand, it's heavy-handed, and at the same time, it doesn't exactly have a point,
Yeah.
which is weird. But like to give you an example, they reference a Bible verse over and over in multiple
Oh, yeah.
ways, and
11:11. Yeah.
I think is it Jeremiah 11:11.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read that verse, basically it's like God is going to bring evil to punish people for not repenting for their sins. And it's like, oh, we get it. This is about class and race and American hypocrisy, but I'm not quite sure what the point is.
It doesn't land. It's a bit more about like, hey, I'm going to be like putting metaphors and like small tidbits, like the hands through America or whatever it's called too. Is that oh, then it's about hypocrisy. It's about like what? So I think that's like one of the problems that is like if you don't commit to a small subset of things, is that you can have like all of the metaphors that you want, you're not going to be landing this. And the problem is like then if you only take it as face value as a horror movie,
It
it's
also,
yeah, it's a bit of a extreme suspension of disbelief that you have to use because the ideas are not bad. They're cool. I think that is the how you say that the imagery, like all of the visual language. I love it. But then when you start like poking a tiny bit at it, it's like this this doesn't make too much sense, and the rules that you are putting they're respected sometimes, and other times it's not. I don't know.
yeah, and I don't, and the whole, so the tethered weapon of choice is scissors, and it's, you know, two pieces coming together to destroy. Just because something can have a metaphorical meaning or it's an allegory and has multiple meanings doesn't mean that it's any like of
That is
more value.
yeah,
And I feel
yeah.
like I agree with you that he had a ton of good ideas, but I just he doesn't quite know where to take us and why he wants us to take us there.
Yeah, I'm already giving up like one of the answers, giving out like one of the answers to the questions. But yes, I think that this script could have been edited quite a bit, like iterating on it and making it a tiny bit more flesh out, a bit tighter. For hey, yeah, the general idea that you have is good, is that we all have a copy, and these copies they just come for us. But from that idea is that just select a couple of things, a couple of allegories. Everything else, just drop it and just like over-index on those.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Elizabeth Moss's family. Like, what the hell was the point of that? They could have made that something about like
Yep.
envy or jealousy or like they were a white couple and a black couple. You could have done something interesting with race, but there's just like nothing there.
Nope.
No.
Nope. I mean, they're like a bit obnoxious, and that's it.
Yeah. I was like, am I supposed to be offended by this character? She's a little Elizabeth Moss was a little irritating, but nothing.
They were in an unhappy marriage. But beyond that, I just felt it's like, okay, cool, but you don't give me enough here. So they were underused. I just felt, and there's like some of the humor that they use. I mean, yeah, there is a bit of humor there, like with the violence and everything, and with the awkwardness of the Alexa playing music in the wrong moment. That is like, sure, but I don't know what you want me to take out of this. Should I feel pity? Should I feel bad for them? Should I feel happy? What is going on?
And also, there's something about a theme kind of about like, are you still good in every situation? And that involves kind of a major spoiler, so I'm not going to say that one thing. But like,
Yeah,
yeah, there's just no, there's
yeah,
kind of a mess.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We won't go into the spoilers, twist, and everything, territory because I don't think that it adds too much. Even just left me like it's like, oh yeah, I remember like from the beginning all of the twists, and I was like, yes, this doesn't add much. Maybe it does in Peele's head, but in the movie, like even watching it, knowing like where the twists are going to go, is like cool, yes, nice,
Oh, that's a
but
good point. Yeah, knowing where it goes this time around, maybe that made it less. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I had a feeling that is that this is a movie that the first time it can surprise you a bit because once again, I think that the visual language is super strong and it's pretty well acted. But the second time is like you start seeing the gap between the scenes. That is like no, this doesn't come together. And I had a feeling that if I were to watch it once more, probably I could dislike it.
And I did feel like it was a little bit derivative in some places. So, like, I immediately started to Google, was Jordan Peele inspired by Michael Haneke and Funny Games? And did he ever publicly announce that? Um, He absolutely did. He cited this Funny Games as an inspiration and actually made the entire cast watch Funny Games before the film. And Lupita Nyong'o said she watched it many times to try and get that like uneasy sense of, menace that's just present in Michael Haneke's world. Um, but that's a good point. Michael Haneke has a point when he breaks the fourth wall in Funny Games. It's because he's like judging us. When Jordan Peele breaks the fourth wall or does kind of the same tricks that Michael Haneke does, it's just to wink at us and be like, "You get it? There's two meanings to what's happening."
What is the wink?
It's just like all the things like us being U.S. It's like that's not clever. That is my point. Is it's not clever. Where Michael Haneke succeeds because he's clever, Jordan Peele doesn't.
I think that Haneke is more direct on what he does. He has like a stronger message and a stronger conviction in how to express it. Jordan Peele, I think that he needs to edit down these things. I think that Get Out had a message. This one has too many, not messages, like words. It's like some words that they don't come together into a sentence. And I think that Nope is even worse.
I kind of forgot about Nope. Between the two, which one do you prefer? Us or Nope?
Us.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Nope. So when this was released, I was like, oh, okay. I had like super high expectations for this movie. And I walk away with like, it's fine. Let's just keep like one more attempt. I'm still like going to be super excited about the next movie. I just had the feeling that this didn't land completely, but it was good. There was like a good effort. When I saw Nope, it's like I'm starting to think that maybe you don't have so much. You don't have. I don't know how to say this. You have stuff to say, but you are not the best in how to say it.
There you go. Yeah, like yes, I couldn't have said it better. I was going to repeat it, but I agree with you.
Yeah. So I would probably still watch whatever is next, but it's like right now my hopes of that being good are pretty low.
This is an unpopular opinion, but I feel like Get Out was kind of a mess. Us is a bigger mess, and I just didn't like Nope. I don't know that I would keep seeing what Jordan Peele puts out unless it causes, sparks a conversation or, the reviews are incredible. For me, he's not that interesting of a filmmaker. I agree with you. The visual language is impeccable. Like the film starts out at a carnival in 1986, and I was just like, oh my gosh! In like 5 seconds, I can tell I'm in a Jordan Peele world. Like it's so, like you just
Yep.
everything is so tailored and exactly what he wants. That is impressive. But it's the
Yeah.
story that has a problem.
Yeah. I think that maybe this is a guy. The problem is that he writes, directs, and does everything and produces his own movies. So I think that that's not going to change, unfortunately, because I would be curious. Similar to M. Night Shyamalan, is that maybe you had someone writing your scripts or co-writing them for just like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Maybe we edit all of this, we change these parts. If he had like the character from Sunset Boulevard, like the guy, the writer, the screenplay writer, for just like take this mess, it's 2,000 pages, and he's like, oh, okay, I will create a 120-page script for you.
That's a good call. We need a movie that Jordan Peele directs, and he's also credited with the story by, but then there's a script writer. Like that would be an interesting film to see.
Yeah, but the problem is like I think that that's not going to happen. Is that people like us a lot, and with Nope, people started to just like, maybe it's not that good, but he may still have like one or two more movies of how do you say, of range.
I remember specifically when did Get Out won an Oscar, right? It won best.
To script, I think.
Anyway, so this was his first film. When he won an Oscar for it, I was like, this is gonna just inspire him that he doesn't need to work with anyone.
Yes, I agree. Now looking in retrospective, it's like, okay, maybe that wasn't the best Oscar to win. It would have been better, like if he had won, like Daniel Kaluuya won the Oscar. Like, he did like a good job.
I did like him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah. Saying that Lupita Nyong'o does amazing here. I mean, she carries the whole movie, except when Winston Duke is on the screen, that then he can carry some other stuff, if you know what I mean.
I will say, and sorry, you already answered this question, and I meant to chime in that I did enjoy this movie more the second time, which I found interesting.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I felt very
Interesting.
entertained by it today when I watched it.
Yeah, I think that is an entertaining movie. Did you like that the first act that is more calm and peaceful is 40 minutes, similar to in funny games that you have like the first 20 minutes of a this is calm. It starts with them going on the car towards
Listening
the
to
summer
opera.
house. Yep. But they're not listening to opera here.
Oh no. But I mean, you see all the similarities, right? Like I think he pulled like
Yep.
directly from the Funny Game script. A lot of this.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, funny games is like way much more direct. So, should we go over the questions?
Let's do it.
Okay, Blake, would you watch as US again?
Honestly, if you had asked me before the second viewing, I would say no, I would never watch it again. Now that I enjoyed it the second time, yeah, I would watch this again. At some point.
That's inter- at some point. I'm liking in the other field because the first time that I watched it, I liked it. I wouldn't say like I really liked it, but I liked it. I like horror movies, and I thought that this was more interesting than the average horror movie. Is that it's trying something. It may not succeed 100%, but it tries something. Now after this time, I'm like a bit afraid of if I watch it once more, I may hate it.
That's a good point. I do think it's important that it's been 6 years since I saw it the first time, and I would expect needing that much time to kind of wash the taste
Yeah.
out of my mouth. Not that it's a bad taste, but just to kind of get away from it and be more objective.
Yep. So I will watch it again, but like I have to give like some time, like at least 6 years and at least one or two more movies by Peel
All
in
right.
between.
But so your answer is yes. Just,
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But not right
2032,
now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2031
Not in a
maybe.
rush. Yeah, yeah. I watched it by myself, but I really wanted to watch it with my boyfriend to just hear his opinion. And then it was like, no, I need to watch it today for recording about it. So I rushed through it, and it's like now I was like, nah, I don't want to watch it again with him. I was even thinking when I started, oh yeah, if I really watch it, if I really like it, I can rewatch it with him this weekend. And I'm like, no, this
No,
can wait.
no.
This can wait some years. Yeah. Would you recommend us?
That's a tough question. I'm surprised that my answer is no. I didn't dislike this film, but I can't ever imagine being like, "Oh my god, have you seen Us?" That's never going to come out of my mouth.
What about if someone tells you, I really like Get Out? Can you recommend me another movie like that?
In that situation, I'd be like, "Well, he's got two other films. Go watch those."
I guess that is the easy one to recommend, no? No, but I hear you on that. I would probably go with no too. If someone asked me like point blank about like should I watch Us, probably I will ask, have you watched Get Out already? Because if not, watch that. Otherwise, then I would just put some caveats about like, well. So I'm going to go with no because I
Yeah,
had the
it's
feeling
weird,
that
right?
is
Because you didn't
yeah.
dislike it either. It's just not a recommendable film.
No, because it's a bit of a mess. Is how you describe it. Is that it's a bigger mess than Get Out. I think that Get Out is good, but I agree that it's not perfect. It's a bit of the script could have been a tiny bit better, and this is even worse. And Nope is like just off the hinge. It's completely unhinged on that perspective.
Because of this film and this conversation, I'm like 98% sure I'll watch Get Out in the next week.
Okay, you
See
should
how I feel
again.
about it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just that it's not bad. Is that it's hard to recommend with a straight face.
Yep.
So, would you remember it?
I'm going to say yes. I remembered a remarkable amount in the last 6 years. So yeah, it's a memorable film in that way.
Yeah, I remember like the schema more or less about like they arrive, the other family arrives, and then X, Y, and Z happens.
Yep.
So, is there anything artistic about it?
Yeah, there's quite a bit. I think his use of music is really brilliant. I think Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, there's some good writing, and it's so well directed.
Yeah. It's tightly directed. It's like I like how the visual language is so strong. Like the guys with the uniform and the scissors, is that they have like a very eerie presence every time that they're on the screen. So it's that he knows how to create that vibe.
Yep.
So that was
He
pretty
forgot it apparently when he directed Nope.
Nope tries, but I think that the best thing about Nope is the trailer. Then when you watch it, it's a bit of a this doesn't land anything. At least as lands the hey, this is creepy. Like just the presence, like when Lupita Nyong'o when the tether version starts talking, is super creepy.
I was gonna comment that like that's artistic enough for me to say yes. Is what Lupita Nyong'o does with the tethered character.
Yep. So that part is like super creepy, like how she plays with it, like the makeup that they have. That is like, hey, they're the same actors, but it's fucking creepy. Is that all of that? I felt is like, hey, this has a presence. This has like a really good horror movie presence.
I agree.
So, yeah. Do you think that is a timeless piece?
I'm going to say yes. And the only reason I hesitated is because it felt very much like the end of the 2010s, right? There was all this kind of political unrest, social justice, kind of like, no, I'm serious. Like,
because now there is no like political unrest.
Right, but there were all those organized movements like, Occupy Wall Street and Black Lives Matter, and like it does feel very much like a product of the late 2010s, but I do think it's timeless.
Black Lives Matter is from 2020.
Right, but this movie came out 1 year earlier. It was still the same political climate.
Sure. And it's like Occupy Washington is from the 00s, no?
Occupy Wall Street? No idea.
Yeah. So, look, I had a feeling that this country, I was like trying to find out like what did we say about like Get Out when we discuss it. But I had the feeling that it's like the same thing. Is that these are specific problems in this country that they are so built in, so deep, that I don't think that they're going to go away. I mean, if they go away, let's imagine that is that they disappear, is like still the horror movie that is presented here is still applicable. It's like I think that is going to be like more or less the same like gut reaction. Let's say.
Yeah, but I feel like you're conflating things. Will those problems go away in the next 10 years? No, they won't. But the film is very much a product of people being, like, eager to consume these pieces of work that are judgmental about specific issues of the month. That's my point.
Maybe, but I don't think that this is The Lost Boys, and it's in Santa Cruz, too. It's not that tethered to the time.
I don't know. I think we're going to see that this was a trend. It was trendy. Maybe not. It's just part of a larger trend in the 2010s. That's my opinion.
Maybe. But you go with yes, that is a timeless piece, or timely?
I'm going to say timeless, especially if you look at it more as like a pure horror film.
I'm going with timeless because of that piece. Would you turn this into a TV show?
No. I don't know. Maybe I would. I'm going to say yes.
I think that I'm going to go with yes. I think that maybe it even helps a tiny bit. It's like, hey, you have so many ideas, allegories that you want to explore. Is that maybe it would help if you have a TV show, maybe like only 6 parts. Let's not go crazy, but it's like on each one of them, choose one thing, only one, and go with that.
Like they could do an episode that focuses on the four family members, like one each, and then like Elizabeth Moss and her husband. Like I would be interested to dive a little bit further into each character.
Yeah. No, I think that would be cool. Could this have been a short?
I don't think so. I think there was a lot. I don't know.
Maybe too much. Maybe there was too much.
I
I'm
just
going to
don't
go
feel
with
like it
no.
could be a short. No.
Yeah, I'm going to go with no. It's true that the movie moves like change rhythm from time to time. That it starts like slow, then it goes into this more action part, and then it goes more into resolution. That is, yeah, maybe you could cut some parts, but I honestly think that you need that tension on the second act to remain more or less the same.
Yep, I agree.
So, uh, I already gave this one out. Do you think that this movie could have been better? Is that for me, just have someone to edit your scripts. Is that just as you were saying? Is like come up with a story, have someone write the script.
Yeah. I. Sorry, was I supposed to answer the question, or did I
Yes,
already
you
do
were
it?
supposed. No, you didn't. I started because I had already answered it before. But do you
Yeah,
think that this movie could have been better?
I think that he needed a little bit of a clearer idea of what he wanted to say and how he was going to take us there. So yes, I do.
Yeah, cool. Should we score it?
Let's score it. This was your pick, so I go first. Oh, I didn't even think about this. I'm gonna go with. Um, I'm gonna go with a 7.5.
Okay, I'm going to go with a 7. I was debating between like a 6.5 and a 7,
And what made you
but
go with the lower one?
no, 6.5 and a 7. So I went with a higher one.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said 7.5.
Yeah, no, but the reason why I go with the higher one is because I still think that if I remove all of the allegories, if I just like how to say, like turn off my brain, and it's like, hey, I just want to have enjoyment from a horror movie, this works. Is properly well made horror movie. I think that when it starts like just going, as long as you don't poke too much, but it's like most horror movies are like that. Is that don't poke too much. Is like the problem is like when you start digging deeper into potential subtext. Is that that's the part that is like this falls apart. If it was like holding together, I would be like just an 8. But if I only take it for it's like, hey, this is a horror movie. Take it as it is for face value. I'm like, yeah, this is super entertaining.
And once I like kind of lowered my expectations for the second viewing, just because I had seen it, I was able to have a lot more fun and just watch it as like a pure entertainment, which was really enjoyable.
Yeah, agree. Okay, anything else to say about us?
Nope.
Okay, to everyone out there, thank you so much for listening to us. There is no allegories, there is no subtext here. Thank you.
And until next time.
Bye.
Nobody is more surprised than I am, honestly.